Hi everybody, this is Bug-Ass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Arkham Asylum Joker figure. So before we take a look at Joker, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the data file, there with a picture of the Joker from the game. And then there is the bio. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. Up next, he comes with his base, which is the standard base we've seen for most of the DC Multiverse figures. And you can put this in either foot. And it does help to stabilize him because sometimes he is kind of hard to stand. So you can get him standing a lot better if you use that base. Up next, he comes with his gun. And it looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of sculpt detail to it. And the only sort of paint on it is on the handle there, because the brown is painted over top of the silver. But it looks pretty nice. And this will only fit in his right hand because his left hand is open. So you just have to wedge it in like that. And his finger does go in the trigger. So I'm pretty happy about that. And finally, he comes with the wind-up chattering teeth. And these don't actually hinge open or anything, or of course wind up. And it looks pretty good. So yeah, doesn't look too bad. I'll put this one back here. And then there's another closed one. As you can see, they painted the screws on right there. It's not real, it's just sculpted on. But that looks pretty good. So I will go ahead and put that one over here. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt of the Joker. So the head sculpt looks really nice. It is really well done. It's got some great sculpt detail to the hair. It's cast in that dark green and the light green is painted over top of it. But it looks very nice. And then you've got that dark gray shading around his eyes. That also looks pretty good. And of course you get the Joker smile. And his teeth, as you can see, a little bit of the paint is missing right there on his teeth. His teeth are done in a brownish color. And the torso is a soft rubbery piece. It reminds me of the 1000 Toys Hellboy figure. I don't know if you can see up in there, but it is it's a new kind of joint that they've been using. I think the Batman Who Laughs also uses the soft torso with the ab articulation like that. But the torso, looking at the jacket, it has some really nice texturing to it, some nice sculpt detail. The gold buttons are painted on nicely. And his shirt right here is done in orange and has a wash of black over it. The buttons also have a slight wash to them. And they painted some black over top of the green bow tie here. And the flower also looks pretty good. It's done in a really, really dark purple color on the inside. And then you get some yellow, and it's a really light pink color. It almost looks white, but it's kind of pink. But that looks pretty good. And as I said before, he's got some really nice texturing to his jacket here. And you also get some nice texturing to the gloves. This figure is done really well. He's got some really nice sculpt to him. And some pretty nice paint. There's not a whole lot of paint, mainly just right here on his on the undershirt. But still, that's some really nice paint detail. You get the Joker belt buckle there painted on. And they painted the belt on all the way around, which I don't know why they wouldn't, but I've seen some that haven't painted them on just because this will be right here and you won't really see it. And you get the chain on his left thigh that runs up to his belt there. And it would have been nice if they would have used a real chain. I think that would have been nice, because McFarlane's kind of known for doing real chains on figures, so that would have been nice if it was a real chain. And you get some more of that nice texturing to his pants here. And on the left knee, he has a patch on it, but it kind of blends in. I wish they would have done it in a lighter color and more of a pinkish color, painted something over top of it. Because as you can see, the texturing continues right here, and it stops right here where the patch is, which, as you can tell right there, the patch is sewn on. So it would have been nice if they would have done this in like a light pink color. That way you could tell it was the patch and that it wasn't just missing some sculpt detail there. Because I almost forgot that he had that patch right there on his left knee. and I believe these are called spats. I could be wrong about that, but this one is missing some paint right there because it's the white is painted over top of the black, so it is missing some paint right there. But the left side came out clean. There's no paint missing there. And he also has some nice texturing to his shoes as well. So yeah, this figure has some really nice sculpt detail, and the articulation is even better. So now, let's go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that really can't move back at all. Here's where I had him, and he can only move up just a tiny bit. He can look down just a little bit. Can't move down that far. But he can move his head side to side, and you get some pretty good tilting. And I don't think that there is a ball joint in the neck, because I've been trying to move it and I can't get it. If there is, it's stuck down in there and I can't move it. He has ball jointed shoulders that can move out all the way. He has butterfly joints that can move side to side and up and down. And it has just a little bit of that all-around movement. He has swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbows that can bend in all the way. So you can get him bending it all the way. He has some really good articulation here, right here in the elbows. He has those universal ball joint wrists that can move up and down and side to side and spin all around. And here is where the articulation is really interesting. He has that new type of joint where it has the rubber torso, so he can crunch back all the way. But if you do that, you will see where the sculpting stops. And you really can't see that joint, so I am glad that they did that. There is no sculpt detail, but you really won't see it. Though he kind of looks like he has a broken spine like that. He looks like Bane just broke his spine. He can crunch forward just about all the way. The way it bends almost looks like real fabric, how real fabric would bend in. So that really doesn't bother me. And it has like a side crunch. It's kind of weird. So he can do that. Again, that kind of looks like his spine was just broken. So that articulation there is kind of odd. But you can move it all the way around. If you wanted to do that, you could. And it moves side to side. There is no waist articulation. It's just side to side movement up here. So you will get that side to side. He has ball jointed hips that can do a complete split. He has a slight swivel at the thigh. He's kind of like Batman. He doesn't have a whole lot of articulation there in the thigh. He can kick forward just about all the way. He can't kick back all the way. He has double jointed knees. He has those ball jointed ankles that can only move up slightly. The pants do hinder that a little bit. And they can move side to side. And he has toe articulation that can move all the way up. So yeah, the articulation on this figure is really nice. The side-to-side movement here is a little odd. But that's really my only complaint with the articulation. You can never have enough of it. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to Batman. So there, Batman is next to the Joker. Here he is next to the DC Essentials Harley Quinn figure. And as I said before in the Batman videos, she doesn't scale too bad with him. I was going to say she could be a tad bit taller, but I don't think she scales that bad with him. So yeah, this scales pretty well with him. Here he is next to Man-Bat. And Man-Bat is just a little bit taller than him, mainly because he's hunched over. If he was standing up straight, he would be a lot taller than him. And finally, here he is next to the Mortal Kombat Spawn figure. So there he is next to Spawn. So overall, I would highly recommend this Joker figure. It is very good. It has some superb sculpt detail, and the articulation is really, really nice. I'm really loving this series. I guess you'd call it a series, because that's the only two figures in this wave is just the Batman and the Joker. So I would highly recommend picking them both up. They are both amazing. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.